Yes, that indeed was the Great Dismal Swamp wreck in 1986. It's pretty shocking if you ask me.
Nobody was killed, but many were injured.
Man, how did this happen?
One of the cars didn't safely get over the switch. This line will be out of service for a while.
Oh dear, what have I done?
This was not your fault, Barry. The rails were just bad.
I know. This was only my second accident. Us J-classes had high gravity centers. I'm not the only one who was involved in a crash. All my brothers had at least one in their lifetime. Not joking, some people nicknamed us Widowmakers because of that.
There will certainly be change. Many of the older coaches will be removed from service, and from this point forward, excursion trains will be limited to 40 miles per hour max.
Oh boy, it's gonna feel different going slower. I'm used to high speeds. I could go 110 back in my N&W days. Oh well, there was never a big hurry anyway.
The restoration was supported by Norfolk Southern Chairman Robert Claytor, perhaps the only Harvard-trained lawyer who could run a steam engine. Claytor shared Winston Link's passion for steam railroading. He also shared Link's admiration of the A-class locomotives. The difference was that Claytor ran the railroad. Wishes that were dreams for other train movers were, for him, possibilities. In May 1985, Claytor led a Norfolk Southern crew back to the Roanoke Museum. There, the only surviving A-class locomotive, number 1218, was on display.
This was the finest fast freight engine ever built by any railroad or run by any railroad at any place, any time. And in my opinion, is the finest steam engine period in the world today. We're not going to bring it back for regular freight use. I know, as much as I'd enjoy that, I know that it can't compete with the modern diesel, but it can show the present generation of young people what the great steam age was like.
The locomotive was huge, complicated, and deteriorated. Even Claytor had doubts it could be restored. Engine number 1218 spent almost 2 years in the Birmingham shops. Then, in the spring of 1987, it began the trip back to Roanoke, under steam. Master engineer Frank Collins was at the controls.
Hey buddy, long time no see. Roric? Is that you? Where were you this whole time? It wasn't initially going to be preserved. It's being used as a potential boiler at a chemical plant in Charleston, West Virginia. In 1965, they moved me to Bell Falls, Vermont for static display at Steamtown, later to Wasena Park in Roanoke for static display, which was so lonely. But NS decided to restore me for the steam program. Man, that's great! It's too bad Ferdinand couldn't see this. Yeah, he'd be real proud. For the next 4 years, me and Roric had a great time in the steam program. Almost felt that we were reliving our old days, with of course some differences. For real? I get to triple head with Roric and Jacob? Yeah, I've never worked with a Southern steam engine before.
Well, I've never worked with a Norfolk and Western steam locomotive either.
Well, we're all clear to Boulderwood, Tennessee, then to Atlanta. You guys ready?
I'm all set.
Hey Roric, what's going on? I'm not a part of the steam program anymore. What do you mean? I was supposed to get an overhaul to continue running, but apparently the new CEO we're getting wants to cancel our program. You're still in it, Barry, but not me.
Barry, I hate hate to tell you this, but Roric's right. It's now too expensive to maintain.
Oh no, this can't be. It's not fair. Why do they have to retire me? I didn't even finish my overhaul. Wait, no, I got an idea. I'll pull a really long train. Then they'll see that I'm worthy of staying. Why didn't I think of this back in the 50s? This is sure to work.
On my side, where it is filled, I pack a little pistol on my pistol belt. I think it might be fear of the world and the way it makes you feel afraid. Under the skin, against the skull, they put a little chip so that they know it all. I think I might be scared of the world and the way it makes you feel afraid and high. Yeah, it gets in the way, in the way, in the way, in the way. Today I call. I have a pistol party and I kill them all. I think I might be scared of the man and the men with the hands inside, and the women, all they do is cry and well, I lose my mind, I lose my mind, I lose my mind, I lose my mind, and now I found brimstone in my garden. I found roses set on fire, and I found Jesus, what a liar. So I trade licks with the muddy waters, and well, I found what's best for me, and now I see no tragedy, and well, I found a burning rose, and now I won't be back in little
Hey Barry, have you seen Roric around?
I'm not sure, Joe. Just earlier, he was upset about being taken out of the Steam program. Then Roric said he needed some time alone, and he hasn't returned since. Wait, I think the rails are shaking.
Oh no. Barry, come on.
I'm going through the same day.
Roric, are you out of your mind? You've got to try to stop this train. I can't now, Barry. I have to stay in the steam program.
The way it's going down in my life, I feel like a prisoner in a lie. Are you feeling me? 'Cause the way you make my break, my shake, my walls around, I feel like I'm breaking out. Show me your colors, show me your colors, 'cause without you I'm through. Hurry up and save me, hurry up and save me, hurry up and save me, hurry up and save me. I just wanna feel alive, and I do when I'm with you. Hurry up and save me, save you, and save me, save me. I just wanna feel alive, and I do when I'm with you. My window's opened up, tonight I'm crawling out. Will you be there? Are you waiting? Will you be there? Will you save me?
Oh no, Barry! Ugh, why does this have to happen? It's their fault this happened. What happened? Where am I? Roric, are you okay? What's going on here? You really took a big hit there. What were you thinking trying to pull that heavy train? I didn't want to be taken out of the steam program. I hate to tell you this, Roric, but the manager's very mad at you because you damaged so many rail cars. I'm just glad you're okay though. Man, that's not good. Well, these engines gotta take me to Shaffer's Crossing now.
In the following years, the two locomotives were familiar sights throughout the Norfolk Southern system. But the steam renaissance could not go on forever. In November 1994, Norfolk Southern announced it was ending the steam excursion program.
And I never dreamed that I'd be able to see them run again. And I was very fortunate in being able to see and hear them. And now that I've heard it, I don't want to ever lose it. I want to keep them going.
But the decision to end the steam program was final. 1218 was out of service awaiting an overhaul when the announcement came. It soon disappeared into storage in Norfolk Southern's Roanoke shops, where it had been built 50 years earlier. 611 ran under its own power for the last time on December 7, 1994. It was returned to the museum, now known as the Virginia Museum of Transportation, and located on a new site in downtown Roanoke.
December came the time. December 3rd, I did a round-trip excursion between Birmingham and Chattanooga. 3 days later, I made my way back to Roanoke, but took my time. December 7th, Pearl Harbor Day, was my last train of the 20th centuries.
Hey, I know how you feel, but you've had 2 last trips, haven't you?
Yeah, I enjoyed them as I could. Thanks to you and everyone who helped me through disappointing moments like this. This is 611, ready to head out. fire was then dumped. I was moved into display at the Roanoke Museum where I sat alone until 2003 when Roric, who was undergoing some cosmetic restoration over by Shaffer's Crossing, rejoined me. We then sat alone together. Then in 2011 we heard about Norfolk Southern starting a new STEAM program and wondered if we could be a part of it. 2013, most surprising happened. There came a program called Fire Up 611. It was a fundraiser to restore me and let me run once again. Norfolk Southern donated $1.5 million to the Fire Up 611 campaign. Everyone's mind was already made up and it became news. Sure did to me. Hey, did you hear the cool news?
What are you talking about, Nicholas?
About the Norfolk and Western 611.
Yes, I heard. They're restoring him.
You mean Barry's gonna run again? That's great. I still hope Roric gets his chance, though.
Indeed he is. I can't wait to see him run again.
Neither can I, Lily. He's one of my favorite steamers of all time. Well, we gotta get back to work now.
That's right.
Well, guess it's time for me to continue switching this annoying code of cars. Spencer, here I come. May 2014, I was moved out of the museum to Spencer, North Carolina to be restored. A large group of people were there to see me go. Even people from PBS came to do a documentary on it. It was quite a big event that day at the Virginia Transportation Museum. I heard people even got in there for free. Roric was a bit disappointed to see me go since he's still there, but I'm sure he's adapted. Next day we got to Spencer. That weekend, got to take part in the Streamliners at Spencer event. Sure made me recall my era, seeing the diesels that unintentionally took our places. Although it was mostly other railroads I saw there. In June, it's time to get down to business. Large group of men, many whom were volunteers, worked on me for a long time. Whoa, Barry? Is that you? Winston? I never knew you were here. Yep, I was donated by Norfolk Southern to the North Carolina Transportation Museum, and I do excursions here now. Oh cool, I'm just here for my restoration. That's great. Well, see ya. Got another excursion. Mustn't keep those passengers waiting. A year later, I was finally ready. A year? That's pretty quick if you ask me. How is that possible? Thanks to everyone keeping me in good condition. A lot of steam locomotives may have gotten in bad shape because of weather and vandalism and such. They always kept my parts nice and neat. This may have had to do with after my wreck, but just a word of advice. If something bad happens, don't let that bring you down completely. My wreck at 56 was dreadful, but in the end it saved me from scrap. It even got me running once again. And once I was finally done being restored, I stayed in Spencer for a couple of months to do some test runs, which was an apparent success, as I proved myself to be ready for mainline use once again. On May 30th of 2015, I pulled an excursion to Roanoke, Virginia for the first time in what kind of felt like forever. From then on, I am the star of the Norfolk Southern Steam program and still do excursions to this day. Wow. Quite the story. I know a lot about NNW history, but I had no idea of all that. Replacement came in a chain, sort of. 1879 J-Class replaced by the 1903 one, 1903 J-Class replaced by my kind. We got replaced by first generation diesels, which were then replaced by second generation ones, and many of the second gen ones were even replaced themselves. I'm second generation. I was built as Conrail 6515 in 1979. Your kind was a good model. Your reputation for reliability is why NS still sees your value. It may get another 10 years out of you before you need to be rebuilt for an extended service life. The car on Henry won't be around forever either. Maybe 50 to 60 years, their kind will be a rare sight.
We're less than 2 decades old and still running strong.
But you see my point? Locomotives don't last forever. They just can't. They'll run good for a while, and one day the work gets too much. That's when railroads need replacements for their aging machines. You guys have plenty of years ahead of you, but enjoy them all while you can. I tell that even to brand new engines. Oh, why did I mention replacement when I snapped at Lily? I feel terrible. I sure hope she's at Highland Valley when I return. I want to apologize. Wait, what happened? I got in an argument with Lily. I regret it now. She annoyed me a bit, but I know she only meant fun. You got a big story, Barry. For me, other than being built, being repainted into the Conrail quality scheme, getting sold to NS, and other major events like the time we saved ourselves from the wrath of CSX in last year's July, one of my most memorable moments was when I first met Lily. Alright, see ya, Will. Mr. Edwards asked me and Joe to take this freight train to Mackay Spirit Country.
Alright.
I love Mackay.
Have a good trip.
Yeah, what Lillian said. Thanks. Ah, Lillian's her name. I kept forgetting since I only met her yesterday. Her name's like a tongue twister to me. What's the deal? Why do we stop? Oh well, I'll call dispatch.
We need to let Lily pass by with the Lakeshore Limited.
Who's Lily?
She's an Amtrak P42 numbered 190.
Oh.
Wow, I never seen that engine before.
I don't know why, but she's really cute. Hi.
Hi there. Remember me?
When you overtook me earlier, you were love at first sight. I'm Nicholas. Are you Lily?
Yes, I am. Nice to meet you, Nicholas. Well, I got to get to bed. See you tomorrow, sweetheart.
Actually like me?
Looks like a new relationship is beginning.
Joe, not now. Man, I gotta talk to her more. Yeah, I remember that day. I actually stayed in Makai for the next few days and got to know her better. The weird thing is that I actually met her back in 2001 when she was brand new, but I hadn't seen her for most of 2012, so I just kind of forgot. And oddly enough, it wasn't until 2013 when I actually got attracted to her.
Thanks for telling us your story, Barry.
Anytime, Kara. Well, I'm off. I gotta get those tourists back to Lynchburg. If it weren't for O. Winston Link and the others help restore me, I wouldn't have been taking them back.
Have fun. We have a train for Pittsburgh.
Well, take care.
Hey Lily, Nicholas is back.
Yes, he's free.
But he looks serious.
Lily, I'm so sorry about what I said to you the other day. I was tired and grumpy, and I guess I'm still a bit worried ever since Carrie had an accident. I'd hate to see you get replaced no matter how annoying it can be.
That's okay, Nicholas. I knew you didn't mean it.
What happened?
Lily and I had a little fight before I left Murray.
Is that true, Lily?
Yes, but I think it's over.
You're an amazing friend. I wish we could spend more time together. We never get to work together because you pull passengers and I pull freight.
I'm taking an excursion to Roanoke later with Marie.
Roanoke? I was just there. It's a great place. I kinda wish I could go with you.
But I don't need to go. I can stay and play 8 marbles before the controller gives me a job.
Yeah, we can work something out.
Lily, what do you mean?
Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when we're part of the team. Everything is awesome when we're living our dream. Everything is better when we stick together. Side by side, you and I, glowing forever. Let's party forever. We're the same, I like you, you like me. We're all working harmony. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of the team. Everything is awesome when we're living our dream. Turn that frown upside down, let's see those smiles all around. Riding scooters through the park, getting home before it's dark. Comfy shoes and candy bars, playing tunes on my guitar. Swimsuit, summer dress, playing on the beach the best. Skim milk, white bread, done my homework weeks ahead. Skipping stones and best friend bracelets, lemonade, I like to make it. Up recycling, mountain biking, let's go hiking. Make sure your shoes are tied. Everything is awesome.